Before I worked with Mo, one struggle that I had was blaming myself for my hypersensitivity. She opened that up and made that feel natural. She helped me take a lot of the blame for myself. First started working with Mo when I was diagnosed with ADHD, and it was a new experience for me to be aware of some of those issues. She talked a lot about what beautiful things my brain does. Hearing her normalize some of the experiences I was in conflict with helped me a lot, helped me feel safe and helped me feel like I could live a really full life. I knew I wanted to work with Mo when I had started seeing that some of the research said that cognitive behavioral therapy alone didn't help people with ADHD. One of the things that was key for people with ADHD is changing the systems around you, which I had been in therapy before, and I continued therapy while I was with Mo. However, I knew that I could normalize a lot of my feelings, but once I started speaking with Mo as a coach, I did see that the systems were the things that needed to change. And she gave me so many incredible strategies. That's when I knew that I wanted to work with Mo, is when we started working on those strategies together and I started seeing results from that. I was less frustrated. I knew what I needed to be able to get through different tasks. Since working with Mo, handling emotions is still hard, but I am more honest about what I'm experiencing. And since working with Mo, I understand that those feelings don't come necessarily out of nowhere, but there are triggers, there are things that I'm working through that are manifesting through those emotions. If I'm angry, then I have to work backwards a little bit using some of the tools that Mo has given me so that I can understand where it's coming from and I can connect to the root instead of feeling just my feelings. One limiting belief that I had about myself that I struggled so much with before working with Mo was that I just didn't, because I have trouble understanding the way time works, that I wouldn't ever be able to be organized enough to get through and finish a project. And Mo showed me that that wasn't the case. She was very encouraging and helped me see that if I have the processes and am able to break things down, able to use tools, able to use body doubling, that those are things that would help me when I struggled with understanding how time works. I went to a conference to give a presentation, and before I went to the conference, I had a conversation with Mo. She saw that I was struggling with my presentation and that she heard me say the phrase, "if I can just get through it." And she did something really magical. She challenged me to not get through it, but to enjoy the process, to enjoy being in the space, having knowledge and sharing the knowledge. When she challenged me that way, hearing her words, I could just feel my body change. And instead of having dread, I opened up and was able to look forward to this experience, and it really did change the quality of the presentation I gave. One practice that has helped me with overthinking and procrastination is body doubling. I now have a group that I meet with every Monday, and we spend an hour on Zoom doing quiet work together. We break it down through a Pomodoro method where we do 20 minutes of work, 5 minutes of break, and finish the hour out with 20 more minutes of just concentrated work. Before I met Mo, I didn't really know about the concept of body doubling, and now that I'm part of this group that meets every Monday, I've been able to get through even tedious tasks like sending an email to more complex tasks like working through writing a grant proposal. So that's been really a powerful change for myself. When I first met Mo, I didn't know that we were going to be working together as a coach and as a client, but I always felt really excited by the opportunity to work with her because she was so welcoming with me. And as somebody with ADHD, some of my hypersensitivity is on alert a lot. When she first welcomed me in to work with her, I was really excited about the possibilities. There's something about her that made me feel just so safe, and that safety really helped me listen and understand the things that she was trying to help me with. I think it gave me a lot of confidence, and I'm very grateful that we took that first step together. This is really a change for me. Since coaching with Mo, I do this really incredible thing where if I have more than 4 meetings on my Outlook calendar, I just close my Outlook calendar for the rest of the day. She really helped me see that I have a really strong desire as one of my values to help and be productive. And at my work, there are often projects that leadership will ask for volunteers from. Recently, my boss asked in a meeting who would like to champion this one cause. And I did something so powerful that surprised me. I stayed quiet and let somebody else take that mantle. I still have moments of leadership and volunteering for experiences, but I now know that I can't do everything that is offered to me. One thing I do differently since I started working with Mo, I don't second guess myself. I have a real heart for wanting to see things the way everybody experiences them, a lot of empathy. I was recently doing a group project within work where I felt very strongly that we needed to go in a certain direction, and somebody in the team didn't believe that we needed to go in that direction and had the conversation about it. I thought back to experiences I had when Mo was coaching me, and I thought to myself, yes, that person has every right to their point of view and I can see it. I feel like I show up for myself more. I feel like since working with Mo that I do advocate for myself in a way that I didn't before. I let some of my voice and some of my preferences go silent. Those things were getting in the way of being true to myself and being successful for myself. So many times I thought before, what will make somebody else happy? But I can't live all those lives of all those people. I can only live my own life, and I need to make sure that it's a very fulfilling and happy life. That's how I show up for myself more. I think that my relationship with work has improved. I used to wake up in the morning and think of work. I used to leave for lunch and think of work. And I used to leave the day and head home and still be thinking of work. And I'm so grateful now for my balance. If I'm able to do some things for myself in my real life, I can bring my full self to work, then leave that at the office, come home and just be present for the people in my life, especially for myself. I feel like since coaching, I trust myself more. I'm really proud of that. I'm really proud of that person. I walk around and I'll do something, and sometimes it's a huge mistake, and I think to myself, I did that. That's fine. That's the person I am. I'm a human person. And I do not fall apart anymore at those mistakes. I can learn from them. I can see if I can improve on it next time, or I could just leave it there and make it a story for the future. But that freedom is so delicious, and I'm so proud of it. I participated in a conference where I gave a professional development speech. Throughout the speech that I was giving, I was just showing up present. And even though I was shaking inside from a little bit of stage fright, I was so grateful for the opportunity. All of that came from conversations I had with Mo, where Mo asked me, who are you going to show up as? Are you going to show up as the person with the knowledge to share? And I thought, yes, I have that strength inside of myself. I have that light inside of myself. And afterwards, feeling so just so proud, so grateful. And I could feel from the audience that they knew why I was there to participate with them. If somebody told me that they were looking to work with Mo as a coach, I would be so excited for them. I would be so happy for them. There is nobody more committed to your goals. There is nobody who is more excited for you. And there is nobody who is thinking more about all the little things about your life than Mo is. Things that you say in an offhanded way that she picks up as she holds in her hand, as she really looks at and examines, and hands back to you with real solutions and real camaraderie. I love working with Mo, and I just would be so excited for that person. Before I worked with Mo, I will say I had considered working with a coach in the past. It was something I was a little bit skeptical about. I really was. I really didn't understand the process. And I think like anything, it depends on who you're working with regarding coaching. I am so spoiled that the first coach I ever worked with was Mo. And if I could recommend it to anybody, it would be to work specifically with Mo. I really don't know what coaching is like with anybody else. I just know that it wasn't what I expected at all. It was more. It gave me so much more. One of my favorite things about working with Mo is starting our sessions with breathing exercises. It would dislodge anxiety or feelings of energy that were stuck in my body. And since working with Mo, I'll be in places where there's discomfort in my body, and I'll find a space where I have privacy and just give a really big breathe out, do an exercise that she taught me. And that has helped me kind of shake away some of the unfounded fears from hypersensitivity and bring my whole self towards whatever experience I'm having. One thing that I believe about myself now that I didn't before is that I have authority to change my own life or to influence experiences around me.